get a quality health plan for less than $10 a month. Every plan covers preventive care, doctor visits, emergency care, and more. If you have questions, we're here to help every step of the way. Turner, California. This place is
Okay.
There's
Queen Bee Road. Okay, after that, it's good to go.
To be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm
Did
not
I
here to
take
do that. Tax relief
3 hours
advocates
to
is
get
different.
through
TRA
this
is here
from
to tell you that
state
if you
5
owe
to
money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000,
damn,
$50,000, or
wow.
$500,000,
4 hours like
with your kids, no matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
That's Queen Bee
There is
Road.
zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax
I just need to
debt,
get to
you
the
pay
gas
nothing.
station as soon as I can.
And helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. Ask your tax IRS today. Visit us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions and real people.
Traffic Superintendent here on the 8 on KCBS. Ready to go back over to Claire Bevan's going to give us an update on that class.
Yeah, with northbound 880 before 98th Avenue, it was blocking the middle lanes. They stopped all lanes to move it to the off-ramp, which is what they've done. And now that 98th off-ramp is partly blocked for you. The mainline lanes are open, but traffic is backed up from Davis Street. They're giving word of another problem in the Oakland area. This is on 580 eastbound, right before we get to Highway 13. A 2-car accident reported to be blocking up the right lane. Looking better on the Bay Bridge, eastbound Interstate 80, just past the island on the decline. We had a crash blocking the lane. It's been cleared, but traffic is so slow as you're coming away from the island. And you got a slowdown with some road work in South San Francisco, South 101 from Airport Boulevard to Grand. The lane is black. Your next report, 1038 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
All right, thank you, Claire. Well, it's going to be a cloudy one here tonight. We are looking at another system rolling in later on tonight. It's going to be breezy because of that. Going to have your overnight lows dropping down into the mid-40s and into the low 50s. And that front will be rolling in with some rain tomorrow. Traffic and weather here on the 8th on KCBS.
Tune into Beauty Chat on KCBS. Sponsored by Lifestyles Water System. Chlorinated water is for swimming, not drinking. Lifestyles Systems recommends filtering water from every tap. Call 1-800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com. Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together millions of things for our planet. Make recycling part of your holiday season. If you get a new computer, tablet, or cell phone this year, recycle your old one by selling it or donating it to charity. Otherwise, dispose of it at a proper e-waste facility. Recycle your Christmas tree by turning it into wood chips and mulch. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
News that matters to you. Around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All news, 106.9 and AM 740. KCBS.
It's Thursday, December 28, 2023. Coming up on KCBS.
This is Shannon Golden. A new report shows that drivers aren't taking risky traffic behaviors such as speeding as seriously as they used to.
And more sailors and Marines arrive in the Mediterranean. I'm Shane Guinness. It's 10:31.
CBS News Brief. Border states continue to bus migrants to northern cities, says CBS New York's Astrid Martinez.
New York City saw nearly 15,000 new arrivals this month. But it's not alone. Close to 2,000 in Chicago and 5,000 in Denver.
Maine's elected Democratic Secretary of State says the insurrection clause of the 14th Amendment makes former President Trump ineligible to be on the Republican primary ballot. CBS News election law contributor David Becker.
She also, understanding the import of this
Oh
rule,
boy, more
gave
damn
the
curves.
decision
Man,
pending
his road
judicial
is
review in the main court,
dangerous.
knowing that this is just the first step of an overall review.
Troops are being positioned to
Damn,
evacuate
right down
Americans
here.
from Lebanon if necessary,
Kind of
says CBS's
frustrating,
David Martin.
Two amphibious ships carrying 1,500 sailors and Marines, along with jet fighters, helicopters, and armored vehicles, have transited the Suez Canal from the Red Sea into the eastern Mediterranean.
CBS News Brief. I'm Christopher Cruz.
And good Thursday evening. I'm Shane Guinness, continuing on with your KCBS newscast. Well, as we've been telling you, there's a high surf warning for Bay Area, coastal areas, and communities in Santa Cruz County are being hit particularly hard. Evacuation warnings are in place along the coast, and it has been extended to Capitola Village because there's flooding in a number of areas around Santa Cruz County. Now, for more on this, KCBS's Brett Burkhardt and Patty Rising spoke with Mark Woodward. He had been photographing this surf this morning on X under the handle Native Santa Cruz.
We love seeing your pictures through your lens, but especially today because it's pretty important and it could save some lives. How does this compare, what you've been seeing and documenting through your lens, compared to this time last year?
Well, the storm last year, actually last winter, was in middle of January of this year. The waves looked to be a little bit bigger, and there was a lot more driftwood in the water that was being used as battering rams, and I think that's what caused a lot of damage, like in Capitola and to the Capitola Wharf in different areas. But today's, while maybe slightly smaller waves, it's definitely done some damage and made a mess out of a lot of things.
About an hour ago, you took a picture of a line of people on West Cliff Drive, and you tweeted that you've never seen so many people there before. Tell us, set up that scene for us.
So that was actually at Lighthouse Point, alongside Steamer
Rock
Lane,
Avenue, okay.
and
Once
I
John
saw
Rock
one or two
Avenue,
surfers in the water. There should have been.
actually,
There's been countless water rescues
should
along
be
West
close
Cliff
to a
Drive
gas
today.
station and
But literally for maybe 2 miles,
stores
that's
and
what it looked
stuff.
like. Just a solid line of people lining the fences and walkways, just watching the amazing waves. I mean, they're so spectacular. You could feel some of them when they hit the cliffs.
You know, you talk about the evacuations and you've heard the sirens and you've seen some of them in action. Are officers or law enforcement agencies telling people to move away? Because that line of people at West Cliff Drive, just to me, you couldn't even see the horizon. There were so many people.
At that particular point, they were not asking them to stay away. There were other places that they actually closed off the walkways and the roadway to people just because waves were breaking over the road. And earlier this morning, before I was on West Cliff, there was actually a few places where they had rocks as big as basketballs that were in the roadway that were being tossed up by the waves. As you probably know, they're still rebuilding a number of sections of West Cliff Drive, and I checked those out today, and they've all been, you can't get close to them, and I would guess there's probably some additional damage in those areas because the surf was so intense.
Mark, what are your plans for the rest of the afternoon? What have you heard? What do you want to get pictures of? I mean, what's the next hot spot for you?
This is probably going to do it for today. I've been out doing photographs from the city of Santa Cruz, West Cliff, the Wharf, East Cliff Drive, and Capitola, and now back in Santa Cruz since about 7:30 this morning. So I think it's time for me to get home and get some dry socks on because when I was in Capitola, my feet did unfortunately get wet even though it was a block inland, but the surf was racing up the side streets.
That was Mark Woodward. He had been photographing the surf this morning on X under the handle Native Santa Cruz. Well, best-selling fiction writer James Patterson has awarded $500 payments to several individual bookstore employees across the Bay Area simply for doing a good job. KCBS's Jeffrey Shaw reports from Petaluma, where 2 booksellers were initially shot and arrested.
How are you guys today? Good, how are you? Good. This book is hilarious.
I saw that.
It was a typically busy day at Copperfield's Books where Mark Warren says he loves his job.
It's pretty exciting knowing that the books I'm getting onto the floor are gonna go home and be hours of pleasure reading for people.
Warren was amazed to learn he and fellow employee Patty Norman were each given $500 by the blockbuster author. Were you shocked?
Well, I was. And I guess he's
Very
been
cool
in
view,
every year for
but
several
I'm
years
too
now,
scared
and
to
it's quite
look.
generous.
These whole 2 shelves are basically all James Patterson.
Copperfield's manager Camille Cantor.
Booksellers are doing it for love. They're doing it for passion. They're doing it for love. It's not anything that's inherent. The
support them and continue their
Come on.
passion and their ability to be in a store and pass on the love for books to other people.
How many damn
It's
cars are out
wonderful.
there? This is ridiculous. You're not even supposed to park here. As dangerous as it is, yet you're parking.
Anyone with a license to practice law can represent you when you've been injured.
Any lawyer can call the insurance company and try to resolve your case.
But if the insurance company says, go fly a kite, not every lawyer is willing to take your case to court.
The worst thing is when the insurance company decides that it's cheaper to wear you down than it is to pay you the amount they owe you.
So they just keep throwing lawyers at you, gambling that your law firm won't be willing to cover the expense
Still
of
high
a
up.
long, protracted fight.
At Habislaw, we believe that a personal injury lawyer should take care of every client like they were a member of their own family.
That's one of the things we do, and we do it very well.
That's why we don't back away when insurance companies dare us to match them dollar for dollar.
We believe in you. We believe in your case, and we believe we can win.
Call Habislaw at 1-800-INJURE.
When you talk with Habislaw, your day gets a whole lot better.
At least the curbs aren't as
Talking the weather together here on the 8th on
getting a
KCBS.
little
We've got a
bit
new crash
bigger.
over in South San Francisco, and Claire Beverly's going to let us know folks what's going on with it.
So we've been talking about this road work on 101 southbound that stretches from before the Airport Boulevard off-ramp in South San Francisco over to about west the Grand Avenue exit. And just before that, so you've already got the right lane blocked, but just before the Grand Avenue exit, we had a three-car crash
like
in the middle lane. They got everybody moved
Looks
over
like
into
it,
the shoulder,
yeah.
into the closure area, so the crash is out of lanes, but then you've got the cops there and all the cars, plus the road work. So that's just an extra slow drive right now as you're coming out of the Brisbane area. Looking much better on the Bay Bridge, cleared up a crash on the lower deck, and now it looks good all the way from San Francisco into Oakland. Upper deck's been no issue tonight. Nice and good drive there on westbound Interstate 80. Very slow with road work in San Jose, northbound auto traffic stopping go from Highway 85 up to Kirkner, and very slow from Sonoma to Pleasanton, northbound 680 at Highway 84. There's only one lane open, and traffic is jammed up from Andrade. Our next report is 1048 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
All right, thank you, Claire. Now we're taking a look at your KCBS Bay Area forecast. Got a couple small little cells rolling in through the Bay Area at the moment. Might run into a shower here and there throughout the night. Otherwise, it's going to be a cloudy one and breezy. You can have your overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. That system is making its way here close towards the Bay Area. We should be arriving later on tomorrow. It's going to bring lots of rain and some potential for some few thunderstorms. Let's take a look at what your expected highs for tomorrow are going to be. It's going to be a little warm there in Morgan Hill, getting up to 64. San Jose is going to have a high of 67 for your Friday. Along the peninsula, you're going to see 63 for Mountain View, while both Redwood City and SFO are going to make their way up to 65 degrees. Over in the North Bay, Santa Rosa is going to see a high of 60. Napa's going to get up to 61. San Rafael's going to see a high of 63, and 65 really is the theme over in the East Bay. You're going to see that in Livermore, Concord, Fremont, and also in Oakland tomorrow. And crossing over the Bay Bridge, make your way into San Francisco. We're going to have a wet Friday with a high of 64 degrees. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website for a technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Visit YouCanBeatIt.org or call 833-422-4255. Ask for medication to treat COVID-19. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health. Don't miss miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. For a limited time, get up to 35% off select major appliances.
Unless it's multiple
Plus,
in one
get an additional
intersection,
20% off in-store clearance appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows deals. Lowe's knows home improvement. About 12/28/23 to 1/3/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
Everybody's choosy about something. It might be your favorite snack.
2 scoops of Rocky Road, please.
Your style. Those earrings look amazing on you. Or the things you like to do with your best friends. You could be choosy when it comes to getting a COVID-19 vaccine, too. If you're thinking about getting an updated vaccine, there's more than one type available. You can find out more at WeDoVaccines.com.
It really does.
This message was brought to you by Novavax.
Okay, good.
Well, the countdown to New Year's begins. It's as good a time as any to start thinking of more resolutions for 2024. What about resolving bad habits behind the wheel? KCBS's Shannon Golden tells us about a recent report that suggests drivers are getting more brazen when it comes to risky driving behaviors.
AAA's latest traffic safety culture index looked at the traffic patterns from 2022 and found that especially since the pandemic, people's driving behaviors have gotten riskier.
There used to be sort of a, I might get caught if I drive too fast. Now there seems to be police that speeding is not necessarily a bad thing.
That's John Traynor, spokesperson for AAA Northern California, who says that more than 22% of drivers admit to speeding 15 miles per hour over the speed limit on the highway, and nearly half would do it even if there was a chance of being pulled over. I asked one driver, Toby, about the stats.
Californians are crazy drivers. If you've been on the 101, like going down to anywhere south of here.
Traynor says that 1 in 5 drivers drove distracted and aggressively, like texting or running red lights, and most respondents acknowledged the dangers of driving under the influence, but over 7 in 10 admitted to doing it.
Get a designated driver. Use a rideshare service. Opt for public transportation if you're going out and celebrating, especially the New Year's Eve holiday.
In San Francisco, I'm Shannon Golden, KCBS.
For our military veterans, the transition to civilian life can be a challenge. Finding a meaningful and lasting career can make a difference for veterans in transition. Veterans come equipped with a strong work ethic and the ability to lead and to support. Whether you're a veteran seeking a job or an employer looking to improve your workforce, go to connectingvets.com for more information. Connecting Vets is brought to you by Semper Solaris. Semper Solaris helps veterans become energy independent. Learn more by visiting sempercares.com. That's sempercares.com.
Tune in to 95.7 The Game for Warriors Live, 60 minutes before tip of every Warriors game throughout the season as we get you ready for the action. Brought to you by Xfinity, the Xfinity 10G network. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper, and you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, coming up on KCBS.
I'm Raquel Maria Dillon in Oakland, which has been without a permanent police chief for 10 months. And now the mayor didn't see any qualified candidates on the police commission's short list. I'll have reaction.
Hey, KCBS News Time 1045. We're talking sports. Well, the Warriors, they didn't have their legs tonight after being off since Christmas Day. Lost to Miami Heat 114-102. Rough shooting night all around for the Warriors. Steph, he only went 3 for 15. He had 13 points. Clay also finished with 13 points with some poor shooting. Warriors, they're going to try to end their 2-game losing streak on Saturday night when Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks, they come into town. Well, Thursday night football and the Cleveland Browns clinched a playoff spot. That's right, you heard me. After beating the New York Jets 37-20, Joe Flacco for the Browns threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Now, it's only the second time since 2002 that the Browns have made the playoffs. Sharks, they were back on the ice tonight, and it did not look good. They were shut out 5-0 by the Edmonton Oilers. Here's more sports with Matt Pittman.
Before he could toss the Christmas night 4-interception performance into the waste bin and prepare for this Sunday's game against the Washington Commanders, 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy had to go through the post-mortem of film sessions and breaking down just how he broke down in the 33-19 loss on Christmas night to the Ravens.
Myself, I've played in enough games where I think I understand when and where I can be aggressive and take a chance, take a shot.
and when I should progress, check it down, throw it away, those kinds of things. Like I said, it's sort of just, it's a situational kind of thing, and football is a game of situations, and so that's where I have to grow and continue to bank on experiences that I've gone through.
Purdy candidly admits he might have gotten a little too caught up in the biggest game of the season narrative headed into the Christmas night game against the Ravens.
Building up to like what they're saying is a huge game on Christmas, Monday Night Football and all that.